Hello, and welcome to this course on heat considerations. In this course, we'll explain the dangers of summer heat and provide you with advice on how to keep yourself safe when the temperature rises. You need to be on high alert as summer brings additional challenges. Volumes increase due to extra yard waste, which increases route time and wait times at disposal facilities. Employees may be taking days off, either scheduled or unscheduled, and you may be asked to work unfamiliar routes and locations. Children are out of school and foot traffic is heavy. Traffic will also increase as the roads fill with vacationers, and extra caution must be used as these travelers may be unfamiliar with the roads and more prone to unexpected maneuvers. Road construction increases the presence of workers on the roads, changes routes, and creates uneven terrain. Your personal outdoor activities in which you participate outside of work can leave you less rested and may impact your nutrition. Those are all risks summer brings, but the biggest risk is the heat. Heat illness can be a matter of life and death. Working in a hot environment lowers a person's mental alertness and physical performance. When your body is unable to cool itself through sweating, serious heat illness may occur. It's not just the temperature, but the change in temperature and the humidity that can lead to illness. Your body will have more trouble adjusting to a rise in temperature from 70 to 80 degrees than it will working in consistently high temperatures in the 90s. It takes your body about 10 days to get acclimated to the increase in temperature. Be especially careful during the months of April and July, because temperatures tend to increase significantly and rapidly. Working in the heat puts an extra strain on your body. Air temp, humidity, direct sunlight exposure, radiant heat sources, and clothing all affect the way your body responds to the weather. Danger increases as the severity of the exposure increases. Also, the progression from mild conditions like heat cramps to more severe conditions like heat stroke can be relatively quick if you fail to notice the symptoms and don't receive first aid or proper medical attention. If you're working alone, stay in contact with your supervisor and other employees who are working in your area. Now, let's learn about the symptoms of heat-induced illness. The first level of injury is sunburns. The sun produces UV radiation, which can cause a first-degree burn, a minor sunburn resulting in skin tenderness and redness, or a second-degree burn, which can result in blistering and peeling. To prevent burns, cover up your skin. Tightly woven clothing blocks out the sunlight. Wearing a hat can block the eyes, neck, nose, and ears from sun exposure. UV-absorbent sunglasses will also protect your eyes. These are provided as part of your standard PPE. Even in the winter or on a cloudy day, you're at risk for sunburn. Applying SPF 15 sunscreen blocks 93% of harmful UV rays. The second level is heat rash. A heat rash develops when the sweat ducts become blocked and swell, which often leads to discomfort and itching. The rashes can appear on the head, neck, and shoulders, can be irritated by clothing, and may become infected if scratched. To prevent heat rash, dress in less clothing during the warm weather months. Do your best to keep the skin cool and dry. Avoid using ointments and lotion because they could irritate the rash and prolong the healing process. The third level of heat considerations is heat cramps, painful muscle spasms that occur involuntarily while working in hot environments. Cramps are normally caused by excessive sweating and not taking steps to replace the body's electrolytes. In order to prevent heat cramps, remember water, rest, shade. Rest in a cool place and drink fluids with electrolytes, such as sports drinks that contain proper amounts of dietary salt. During your breaks, rest in a cool place and allow your body to relax. If you suffer from cramping due to heat, you need to stop and rest. Wait a few hours before returning to strenuous work and get medical attention if cramps persist or you experience nausea. This may be a sign that you need an IV for rehydration. Alert your supervisor as soon as you can. Level 4 is heat exhaustion. This occurs when a large amount of body fluid has been lost through excessive sweating and/or the loss of salt. The result is a mild form of shock, and if not treated, may lead to heat stroke. Symptoms of heat exhaustion include skin moistness or clamminess and pale or flushed complexion. It's important to note that body temperature may stay close to normal. Additional symptoms are headache, dizziness, confusion, weakness, nausea or vomiting, mood changes and irritability, and fainting. Employees who become dizzy, feel faint, or show signs of confusion or weakness may fall, trip, or become disoriented and injure themselves in other ways. If you're with someone experiencing these symptoms, get them to a safe, cool place as soon as possible. When symptoms first appear, you need to take the following steps. Call dispatch or your supervisor immediately. Move into a cooler area. Loosen or, if necessary, remove articles of clothing. Apply wet towels to the head, back of neck, and behind the knees. Drink small amounts of water at first. If this does not induce vomiting, increase water consumption. If symptoms worsen, professional medical attention may be needed. Call 911. The most serious form of heat-related illness is heat stroke, which happens when the body becomes unable to regulate its core temperature. Sweating stops and the body can no longer rid itself of excess heat. Body temperature will rise too high if the body isn't cooled immediately. Ultimately, this excessively high body temperature can result in brain damage or death. Signs and symptoms of heat stroke include red, hot, and dry skin that resembles a sunburn, body temperature around 105 degrees, throbbing headache, mood changes, including confusion and irritability, rapid or weak pulse, rapid, shallow breathing, nausea and vomiting, fainting, and seizures. Heat stroke requires critical care, so call 911 immediately. While waiting for medical care to arrive, take them to a cool, shady area. Loosen or remove clothing as needed. Fan air and apply cold packs or ice to their body, especially to the armpits. Wet them with cool water and provide fluids, preferably water, as soon as possible. Stay with the employee until help arrives. Don't wait for the symptoms to clear up. Contact your supervisor if you or your buddy is showing any indication of heat-related illness. Some individuals will be at a higher risk of heat-related illness. Check with your doctor, nurse, or pharmacy to see if any medications you're taking can affect you while working in hot environments. Let them know about your job and your working environment. If you have had heat-induced illness in the past, you're at risk of experiencing these issues again. Notify your supervisor if this is the case. You should notify your supervisor if your medications make you vulnerable to heat-related issues as well. In any case, learn the methods of prevention and practice them daily. Let's go over the preventative measures you can take. It usually takes about 10 days to adjust to the heat. Be especially watchful of temporary workers and newly hired personnel who may not be adjusted to the heat. Wear lightweight, light-colored clothing, a light hat, sunglasses, and sunscreen. Prepare each day for the next day. This means considering how off-work activities like eating and drinking will affect the upcoming workday and making proper decisions. Avoid drinking caffeinated beverages and alcohol, as these will dehydrate you. If you don't start the day fully hydrated, you won't be able to catch up once you're working. Over the course of a week, this lack of hydration will accumulate. Keep up on your fluid consumption. During the workday, eat small meals and snacks that are lightly salted. Drink 5 to 7 ounces of fluids like water or a sports drink every 15 to 20 minutes. Don't wait until you're thirsty to hydrate. Monitor your urine color to assess your hydration level. Dark-colored urine is a sign of dehydration. Every location has a summer safety plan, which includes supporting you with the right PPE, water, and air conditioning in equipment and vehicles where applicable. We also have a 101 Days of Summer poster, which is used to track the incidents that occurred during the 101 days between Memorial Day and Labor Day. Red decals on the poster indicate that the division has had a Focus 6 incident. You can prepare for and prevent heat-related illness. Make sure that you're familiar with the different types of heat-related illnesses and injuries, as well as their prevention techniques and appropriate first aid responses. Know that heat can easily tire and fatigue you, resulting in an increased risk of an accident. Take the proper precautions, get plenty of rest, stay hydrated, and allow yourself to acclimate to the weather. Thanks for your time and attention. Remember to think, choose, live safety.